we are looking at the bass guitar. Okay? One one of the instruments that I have the most fun playing. So, and I think you have a bass guitar in your music room. If you look around, you can tell because it's big, and you can tell because it has 4 strings. And there should be a bass guitar amp in your room too. But and maybe if you can, bring headphones too, because then you can play with this. I'm going to set up some virtual bass lessons so you can kind of play this on your Chromebook. But this is what it sounds like. Is that cool? And then you can also play that same thing instead of using the mouse. You can play your keys. Okay? And then what I'd like to do, if you can bring your Chromebooks next time, I was going to show you some songs like, something like this here. Show you Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Show you Mary Had a Little Lamb. And then show you this one. Okay, so it goes like this. And then, if we learn that, we could put this on. And if you had your headphones and your Chromebooks, we could do this. Didn't know that would happen, but I think it would be fun. So let me know. Somebody email me. Quincy, can you email me? Let me know for next time. Yes, you can bring your Chromebooks, or no, you can't. All right? Cool. Enjoy the bass guitar. Hey, friends, do you remember this? This is the Pee-wee. Okay, we remember we looked at this one and we said this one has 6 strings, and these are the thick strings, and then they get thinner. And we said the shorter you make a string, the higher the sound, because it vibrates faster. And we said faster vibrations mean higher sounds, and slower vibrations make lower sounds. So we said thicker strings make lower vibrations, and thinner strings make faster. So that's why the faster vibrations sound higher, and the lower, or the slower, sounds lower. Just remember slower, lower. That works out, right? Now, this is the mini. This is the electric guitar. Take a look at what we have today. This is the bass guitar. And look at the difference there. Right? So which one's longer, right? The bass guitar? So if the strings are longer on the bass guitar, do you think they're going to be lower or higher? The vibrations are going to be slower, so it's going to be lower. Also, look at how thick the strings are. Remember, the thick strings vibrate slower, lower, and the thin strings vibrate faster, higher. Look at the bass strings and the peewee strings. Do you see that the bass strings are a lot thicker? That means that they are slower vibrating, which means they are lower. So let's hear what the bass sounds like. I think you'll like this. Isn't that cool? Bass guitar is fun. And we can go on here on GarageBand and you can change all your effects. Wait, that's not GarageBand. Come on, Johnson. Here's GarageBand. So we can go here to the bass and we can make that a different one. I can go to Crunchy Bass. Listen to this one. This is Crunchy Bass. I'm having so much fun. Okay, so what I'm going to show you right now is a little video on how a bass guitar works and like the parts of the bass guitar. So you enjoy.
These are the parts of a bass guitar. We're going to start at the headstock. The head is where all the strings end. They connect to the parts here, which are connected to the tuning pegs, and you can tune the strings independently here. That's all connected to the neck. The front of the neck is called the fingerboard, and that's where your left hand's going to do all the work. It's also called a fretboard because that's where the frets are. Those are these vertical bars along the edge of the fingerboard. The dots that you see are just so that we don't get confused along the way. They're like road signs that just tell us where we are along the neck. The body itself is guitar shaped. We have a pick guard just to protect the instrument. These are the pickups. And those are actually picking up the sound of the strings and sending them to the electronics. Then we have the bridge. The bridge is where the strings meet the body of the instrument. The bridge secures the strings to the body. We have two knobs on this bass guitar. The one closer to me controls volume, and the one further away is a tone knob. The volume knob, when we turn it clockwise, will turn up the volume on the instrument, and then counterclockwise turns it down. The tone knob, when turned completely clockwise, is the natural sound of the electric bass. When you turn it down, you're turning down the high frequencies, so you're going to get a warmer, more bassy sound. And lastly, this is the electronics jack, where you can plug in a cable to go to an amplifier or anything else that's amplifying the instrument. I also want to mention the two buttons. These are where the neck strap connect to the instrument. And those are the parts of a bass guitar.
That's one of my daughters just asked me, do you have to plug in an electric bass guitar? Yes, if it's an electric. But they asked, do you have to always plug in a bass guitar? And I said, no. Now, do you remember there's different guitars? There's guitars, electric ones you plug in, and then there are guitars with holes in them. Okay? The hole is called the resonator, and that's where the sound collects and comes out. Those are called acoustic guitars. So this is an acoustic instrument, this ukulele. You don't plug it in. The strings vibrate. They collect in the resonator. That's the body. And then they come out the hole, right? So what I'm going to show you now is an acoustic bass. A-C-O-U-S-T-I-C. Acoustic bass. And that's a bass that you don't have to plug in. Okay. So this is an acoustic bass. Acoustic basses are cool, and I think I was in high school, excuse me, the first time that I heard an acoustic bass. And it was on this song. From a group from Milwaukee. Then we were out to eat at a Mexican restaurant. Then I saw a mariachi band there. You know, they had playing for people as they were dining. And then I looked over at the guitar, right? They had like a regular sized guitar and then a little bigger guitar. And then they had a great big acoustic bass guitar in the mariachi band, kind of like this.
Mariachi bonita soy, mariachi bonita, vengo con Kelly Clarkson a cantarles este son. Mariachi bonita soy, mariachi bonita, cuyusa mexicana, lo digo de corazón.
Look over at that mariachi bass guitar. Huh? It's called a guitarrón. Guitarrón. And look at how many strings there are. Can you see that? Because I always thought a guitar had to have just four, or a bass guitar had to have 4 strings. That doesn't have 4 strings, does it? Okay, so that's interesting. So I'm going to show you a little video of the guitarrón. And then we're going to talk about the number of strings on a bass guitar.
Now, before we learn how to play the instrument, we're gonna talk a little bit about the different parts of the guitarrón. So first, just like a guitar, we have the head of the instrument. The different layers on the headstock are called the palma, or the palmas that they put on the instrument. You have 2 different types of guitarrón. You could have pegs. In this case, we have mechanical pegs, as you can see right here. We have other guitarrones that actually have maquinaria or machinery from bases from electrical bases. The neck of the instrument, this is the fingerboard. This is called the sope of the guitarrón. The rosette, this is called yarda, that goes all around the instrument. We can see from different angles. This part is called the cordón. This is a non-traditional, very modern type of cordón, as you can see. It's solid. Most of the traditional cordones in guitarrones is actually two-tone, and it will go either in triangles or a slightly more modern, just segmented black and white intonation. These are the aros, or the sides, the joroba, and the strap. We have the nut or hueso, and we have the puente or bridge. The interesting thing about the guitarrón and mariachi instruments as a whole is that they are not chromatically tuned, in the sense that you go from lowest pitch to highest pitched or vice versa. They actually jump around very similar to what the ukulele sounds like. So here's a little demonstration. So A, so you can hear that they don't go from lowest to highest. They actually jump around. When you play the guitarrón, modern strings are made from either steel, latón, which is I think bronze, and copper. Those are the most common, or silvered copper, which are the most common types of strings, and nylon as well for the higher pitched ones. Back in the day, in the turn of the century, they were actually made from catgut and dog gut. I think tripa de perro and
Master playing the guitarrón, so you can hear what that sounds like. Did you notice how many strings are on a bass guitar? I'm going to find a picture here. Oh, there we go. Come on up. There we go. How many strings are on a bass guitar? One. What did you come up with? How many strings are on a bass guitar? Right, four strings. And that's what I always thought. I thought every bass had 4 strings on it. Then I saw a bass guitar that had 6 strings on it. So I want to show you a 6-string bass. So 6 has to be the most number of strings that a bass guitar can have, right? That's what I thought, until I found another bass guitar. What they did is they had the 4 bass strings, but every string had a second string. So it was like 4 times 2, or 4 plus 4. So what is 4 plus 4? 8. All right. What is 4 times 2? 4 times 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, this is an 8-string guitar. I never heard of this one before, but I'm going to let you listen to what it sounds like and see what it looks like. 8-string bass guitar. strings. So 8 strings has to be it, right? Like that has to be the limit for a bass guitar. Right? That's what I thought. And then we had something like this. So think of this as one string on the guitar, okay? Bass guitar. Now we got 2 strings. And then here are the 4 strings of a bass guitar. Does that make sense? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how I always thought a bass guitar was set up, 4 strings. And then we saw the one where they had 6. Okay. 5 and 6. But then they had the other one where they took the first 4 and they added another 4. And we said, well, what's 4 plus 4? So I'll go here to our text box and I'll enter what is 4 plus 4. And we counted them out and we said that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 4 plus 4 is 8. Or we could say that they just doubled each string. So we could say 4 times 2. We get the same answer, right? What's 4 times 2? 4 times 2 equals 8. They're the same, right? So I thought 4, that's how many strings a bass guitar has. And then I found out some have 6. And then I found out that some have 8. So this is 8 right now. Guess what I found out? There are guitars that have 4 more strings than 8. So what if we go 8 plus 4? 8 plus 4. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus 4 more 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Can you believe it? There's a bass guitar with 12 strings on it. I gotta see this. All right, 8 plus 4 equals 12. Or we could take these and group them up here. And we could say that there are 4 groups of 3. So we could say 4 times 3 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, 4 times 3 is 12. The same. So here you go, friends. Here is a 12-string bass. Woo! So 12 has to be it, right? Like, that's it. No. There's more, if you can believe it. So I saw another guitar where they had 12 strings, right? But they added not 4 more, not 8 more. They added 12 more strings. So we had our first 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, plus 12 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So what is 12 plus 12? Well, let's see here. Let's start with our first 12. 12 plus 12 more. So this is 12, and then we'll add this 12. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 strings on a bass guitar. Are you kidding me? I never heard of such a thing. Now, if you're good at math, you could do this now. You could say 4 times this. So how many do we have in each string here? Let's see. We've got 4 groups, and in each group you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 4 times 6, we think it should be the same answer, right? What is 4 times 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25. It's the same. But it's crazy, isn't it? A 24-string bass guitar. That's what's coming up next. So 24 has to be it, right? Right? I found another one. Somebody took a bass guitar with 24 strings and they added not 1, 2, 3, 4, not 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 more. I can't believe it. So we have to take 24 and then add 12 more. All right? So here's our 24 up here. And we're going to add these 12. So let's say 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. All right, friends, we're looking at a bass guitar with 36 strings on it. Or, if you're a multiplier, we can say 4 groups. And then how many in each group? All right, I see group 1, 2, 3, 4. And then in each group we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 4 groups of 9. What do you think 4 groups of 9 is? Let's count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. 4 groups of 9, or 4 times 9, 36. I'm telling you, this is the last one because I don't know, maybe there's more out there, but this is crazy to me. All right, we're going to show you 36 strings on one bass guitar.
Mind blowing, isn't it?